welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I'm Mr. Randy. Today we're going to be doing a full review video. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do, so let's get crack-a-lackin', shall we? Today's full review video is going to be showcasing the Western Sun Texas Gin Barrel Select, coming in at 46.25%, very unique, I guess. 92.5 proof. So the caveat with the ABV I wanted to knock off right at the top is that these gins are made in small batches. I think everything they make is in small batches. Yes, that is correct. Everything they make out of this distillery is small batches. That ABV is not set in stone, but it is permanent on this label. So the next one, you might find one somewhere that has a different, I've seen them have a different ABV. There's the Western Sun makers and merchants of fine Texas spirits. I know it's kind of hard because of the lighting and everything. Distillery is established in 2011. I did actually go to their website, which is where I found some good stuff, but not the most interesting stuff. So it's in Pilot Point, Texas. It was moved there from, I forget the name, I didn't write it down. But there's all that good stuff right there. It makes it very interesting for your palate. So let's go ahead and get this. I'm salivating, so let's go ahead and get to it. That's the cue to move on, Mr. Randy. Let's go, let's go. I found this to be somewhat enjoyable, neat. I did try it in some ginger ale and tonic water and found that it's too sweet in the ginger ale. It's too sweet. It's a little slippery sweetness, and it's just way too over the top with the sweetness. However, very interesting in the tonic water. I think things kind of balance out just right. Work on the ratio a little bit, maybe lighten up, maybe put more tonic water for the ratio, and I think it'll level off. We're going to try that. But first, let's go ahead and get this coloring done on Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale. I know it's not a whiskey, but it was finished in one. Off screen, I'm going to knock that at, I think it's old gold. It's a little darker than the yellow gold, but kind of between yellow gold and old gold. But there it is. For all the newbies, we got to do the rundown real quick, so all my returning viewers, just bear with me for just a moment. So Mr. Randy does a 3-part series where he does whiskeys, wines, libations of sorts reviews. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, pour it in the glass, pour it in my mouth, enjoy it a little bit, share my first impressions with you because, gosh darn it, you're special. Part 2, full review, where we are here today. I will drink this bottle down to about halfway-ish, leave what's left in the bottle for a week, 2 weeks, depending on scheduling and type of libation. I will go online, find as much information, always come back with less. I'll try and at least find something interesting about this to tell you and share with you. We'll talk about it, I'll score it, we'll continue to drink it because Part 3, all the way down this tall bottle, the final pour, thusly named. We will have the final pour just as comparison to the first pour and everything in between. So, let's get this first palating done and we'll continue to talk about it. We skipped the nose. I'm sorry. I got other stuff on my mind right now. This move is... This move is it's time. It's about time. We got a couple days left. So on the nose, you're getting Sprite. You're getting like a, it smells like, I'm deep in it, by the way. You like going deep. If you get real deep in there, it is like a, it smells like a Sprite with some kind of alcohol, probably some vodka, like some vodka with a smell. That's what it does. It does smell like a Sprite with a vodka in it. Vodkas usually don't have an aroma, but some of them do. Some of them distill them in a certain mannerism where they actually leave a little bit behind. And vodkas are usually double to triple distilled, and it's just getting it down to that finest of spirit. Purest of spirit, that's what I was trying to say. So this was rested for 6 months in whiskey barrels. Does not say which barrels it's used, but I would absolutely guess it's one of the closest distilleries to their distillery in Pilot Point, Texas. So whichever distillery is around that area, they can probably get cheap barrels from, or quality barrels, whatever which way they want to go. So here's the very interesting thing I found out about Western Sun, the distillery. Yes, they make 11 different types of vodkas, flavors, and whatnot. I didn't look into the vodkas because I'm not really a vodka person, at least not yet. We just get into tequila, so give me a little bit of time to get to know the tequila before we jump to the vodka. So here comes the most interesting part about this distillery, Western Sun. They moved into an old factory that made women's underwear. Panties. Yes, they went from making panties to making vodka to making gin. Interesting. So, they do 11 vodkas, then they started doing gin, then they started doing this, the finished or rested gin. Like we said, this comes in at 46.25%. They do small batches on everything. So every batch is a little bit different. I don't know how they regulate these things, because I've seen different ABVs. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just make it somewhere-ish in the area where it's good, and they send it. Now, I did pay just under $20 out the door for this one, after taxes and everything. Out the door, just under 20 bucks. I don't know if you heard that, but someone's trying to blow windows out with their bass. So yes, on the nose, it does smell like it's a Sprite with a little bit of alcohol, something in there. Let's go ahead and move on to that second palating, and we'll talk about that. See those nice legs? Good viscosity. Transfers really well. Flavor all abound. It transforms. I'm going to have to go back in again because that went so fast. That transformations went so fast, I didn't record it. But we'll do one more real quick and see if we can't get back on it. Yes. So first of all, you're going to get the fruitiness. The citrus, it's going to spike you real quick. Okay. The cucumber comes in next. And you get that fruity juiciness of that cucumber. And the juniper. Then it sort of rounds off with the herbs and the spice. You see it distilled from grain. Yeah, of course it is. It's a gin. Texas gin. So, not a whole lot of information beyond that for this bottle. We did the nose. Smells bright, shiny, citrusy, like a Sprite, like a fresh Sprite with a little bit of something alcohol in it. Just barely noticeable. The palate, it goes kind of wacky, and it transitions, through the ingredients and all those little extra special botanical, characters. Oh man, what is going on? It's just burping a lot here. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and get this finish done. You see that? That's nice. Tip of the tongue's getting some good action. It kind of skips over everything after that and goes right to the back and starts to fire up. Then you're getting something in the jowls. In the jowls back there. Your lips are starting to get a little tingly. I'm trying to work everything. All of that fire is coming back up in the background. The heat is building up. It's trying to push a 3. The heat in the back is trying to push a 3. I'm getting a little bit of sensation across the top of the tongue. The gums have finally showed up to the party. Majority of the flavor has subsided. All those complexities have suddenly just fallen apart and dissipated. You basically have that generalized aftertaste when drinking something. There's nothing specific. It's just that sort of flat line. Everything was there. Now everything's gone. Now you're just left with the effects. Still got some good heat on the back end. let's talk about the score. Sub $20 bottle of special gin, rested in barrels for 6 months. Got a good story. It's kind of funny on the background. It's relatively, this actually is difficult to find. Not difficult per se, but like, it's not everywhere. It's not in my main stores. I found this one in an independently owned and operated store. And it was sitting right next to the other one, which I don't have handy at the moment. It's in the kitchen. But these two were sitting next to each other. This one costs, I think, $1 more than the other one. So let's give it a score. For a gin, a barrel-rested gin, small batch, let's give it I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5. I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5. Right down the middle of the 4 lane. I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5. Very interesting. It's got a unique palette going on here. You saw everything on the back there. You saw all that. And it's all in there. The tangerine is kind of difficult to pick apart from the orange peel and the grapefruit. But if you've ever eaten tangerines, I ate a lot of them when I was a kid. Grandpa was best friends with a guy who did an orchard for tangerines. And we could go over there and just take whatever we want. That was a huge orchard. Cucumbers are definitely in there. You can get that. The grapefruit, that all kind of... It's not well balanced or, it's just... It transitions from one to the other and you can pick them out pretty clearly. I like that. That's why it's getting a very solid 4 out of 5. All the other aspects of this distillery, this bottle, the juice in the bottle, solid 4 out of 5. Absolutely. My fair price is, I think this is undersold, underpriced. I really do. But it's not too old. I'm looking for the date. We did say it was a 2011. So not too relatively new, but not old enough, I guess, to be established across the board. But there it is. I hope this picks up. I hope more people try it because it's nice. If you don't like something that's vibrant or different or something outside of your palate, not going to be for you. If you like enjoying new things, definitely something to try because it's interesting. It definitely my wife found it interesting and she likes it too. I hope it'll turn her into an alcoholic. Well, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and do yourself a favor. Hit the like button, hit the heart button, whatever it is that shows the algorithm on whatever platform you're on that you like this video and you want to see more. Or you can skip it. Go right to the subscribe or follow, and that way these videos will pop up in your feed, your line, your list, whatever, as soon as they pop out, as soon as I put them out. If you want to do me a favor, go ahead and hit me up in the comments and tell me where you're at, what you're drinking, and what do you think about Western Sun's Texas Gin Barrel Select at 46.25%. And as always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a good one.